Welcome to my review of Gorem. As you can see here, in his marble form, there is a face-like shape. You can sort of see two eyes, and really, that's about it. Maybe sort of a mouth-like structure, but it's really the two eyes, and even though that's all there is, it's very clear that it's supposed to show some kind of face. And to me, that is really cool because it's sort of like a face, but it's totally a design. But you still get the point. And from right here, you can see the shape of his face. It's quite nice. I like the detail. You can even see a little bit of green on his shoulders. And those green, if you watch the show, it's like a little bit of grass growing out from there because he's so huge. It's kind of cool. In a way, very much like the animation Laputa, Castle in the Sky. It kind of reminds me of that very much. And if you look at the detail of his face, the type of face that he has is very much like a hero type robot. You know, some of those robots from the Japanese toy lines, maybe a little bit like a Power Ranger. If you take a look right here, you can see the face part from the marble is almost like a shield on his arm. And his other arm over here carries the emblem of his attribute. So that's also very nice. And the way he opens up, it almost looked like one arm is defending his head and the other arm is doing an attack. Or it might be the reverse. That arm is defending his side and this arm right here is doing attack towards someone above. Either way, you can see massive fists on the inside. And that looks very, very nice. Now, I don't want to talk too much about Hammer Gorem, which is right here in the Pyrus color. Hammer Gorem is the evolved version of this one, the original Gorem. And as you can see, they are both B2. The original Gorem was also released way before this in the B1 size. I'm glad they re-released them in B2 size. For a while there, I did think that this part of his belly that pops out, I called it a sumo belly punch, but I was totally wrong. If you go to the Bakugan official website and you look at the character of Hammer Gorem, you will see that he is holding a special weapon. It almost looks like a staff with two anchors on each end. And if you look at the detail of the anchor, well, it's not an anchor, but if you look at the detail of it, and you look at the detail of this thing right here, you'll know that that's what this is. This is actually that special hammer type weapon, and they put it right there. So you may remember that I did an exclusive review of this evolved Hammer Gorem. It was actually a different color. I believe it was Subterra. And I did that. It was a joint review with Nurse Ion. You can find it on her page, youtube.com/Nurse Ion. So I don't want to talk too much about Mr. Hammer Gorem because you can find that stuff over there. But I did mention that he does have this, this hand right here can move, and he can do like a, what I call a Kung Fu action chop, as you can see right there. Now, I understand why they also gave him this hammer thing, because those two things are kind of small compared to what Mr. Gorem can do. I mean, that is a much bigger, stronger looking movement. That's very dynamic, you know. So I understand they had to make up for that by doing two over here, I guess. And they just made these, I guess, sort of like his wings or whatever. I guess it's just part of the marble transformation. But if you look quickly at the face, he looks a little bit more like his face is smushed up. You know, it's black on the inside. To me, it reminds me of, like, I don't know, I call it a black hole face. Like, don't punch him in the face because you'll get sucked in. Okay, I just made that up, but over here you could see a much more detailed face, and like I mentioned before, he really, the original Gorem really looks like a good guy. He really looks like a hero, super robot, a giant robot, but definitely if he was a Transformer, he would be an Autobot for sure. So that's very interesting to me. He could have easily been main character. So definitely check him out. And you know, it's nice to have both of them, so then you can complete the original and then also have the evolved version.